What up? All right, welcome to the stream. We're gonna go over today's price action, especially in the indices. A lot has happened, mostly in I think pre-market. I wasn't I wasn't at the charts today, so this is gonna be great for me to review with you guys and whoever wants to tune in. So sweet. So here's the daily chart. Looks like we had a big move down, and then looks like we've already made a small gap down here. Let's get the favorites on here. So, oh look, we already had that marked out. Okay. So yeah, we came back down here. We're inside of the daily fair value gap now. So that'll be interesting once we see what the other indices are doing, especially on the daily. Let's actually go to the weekly first. So Dow Jones, very weak, failed to break this high. Last week we came with a big move down. We've been expecting downward movement. I outlined a short setup in ES that I had a too tight of a stop, which is my bad. There's a clear reason why I did that, and there's a solution to that, so I can cover that later. But yeah, there's a obvious move down. The NASDAQ has been strong while these have been selling, so this is an interesting area now that we've got the move down. The flow today was pretty bullish, so that's interesting too, so we'll get into that too. All right, so we've got this gap on the Dow. We filled that. We do have another gap here that's already also been filled. You could count this as order block in the daily. Let's label that a different color. Daily order block. And then let's make this blue. I like blue for order blocks. And then we already know where we're at here. We're in a fair value gap here on the ES. NASDAQ, we are retesting the previous all-time high, which has been an obvious level here. Anything to note here? No, not really. Just the gap that we also made. Everything has a gap right now. Gaps everywhere. Everybody. Daily gap. Down. All right. So yeah, it seems like we're in an area where we could get a bounce somewhere in here. Not saying we will, but we're in the daily order block midline right now. We basically closed on it. So that's kind of that's an interesting signal there. And this order block here, we've met that at almost exactly the 50% of the order block on the Dow. This was my take profit area on ES, so it's swept liquidity in this range. So now I'd expect this to work out here a little bit, or maybe even bounce. So looks like NASDAQ's at a level, ES is at a level, and Dow is also at a level. So I'm leaning for a possible retracement, especially since ES didn't even close below this previous low. It held it. So one could say that this is a buy area, which is what I'm thinking. All right, so let's go down to a smaller time frame. 4-hour displacement, not very strong. And yeah, it seems like we are respecting this gap a little bit. Not much to say on the smaller time frames because we've just been down. There's some relative equal highs here, so we'll be watching that tomorrow. I think this is a possible buy area here. I don't like to trade unless we're in key kill zone hours, which for me was 30 minutes ago. If you're going to trade the PM or the Asian session, I don't trade the Asian session really, unless I'm buying at the close or buying at the open of New York. I'll swing through the Asian. So yeah, I don't really trade the Asian. Anyways. Yeah, so I think tomorrow I'll be watching to see how this reacts at this level. Be interesting to see a pop up and then maybe another retest. Here's today's order flow on the options. So market tide has been skewed lately because of Nvidia, but the SpyNet flow seems to agree pretty strongly here now, which these have been out of alignment like all last week. This has been red, this has been green almost every day. Yesterday we got a big down move, or this morning we got a big down move, and this is green all day. So if we look at net premiums by expiry, looks like a lot of green for the 5th, or the 31st. Even tomorrow, what's today? Yeah, no, that's today. So yeah, lots of calls today. They're even for tomorrow, but very green for this Friday. Is that this Friday? Yeah, that's Friday. So that's interesting as well. And I didn't keep track of the flow that well today, so not worth really focusing on. Whoops, chart's gone. All right, so yeah, I think I'll be watching this level here. I want to see what this looks like on the daily. There's nothing there on the daily for some sort of like order block type thing. So this one might see this, or this as a order block. So that's not super clear though. So I think what I'd rather use is just this fair value gap here as an entry area, because we could bounce on the top of this order block, which looks like we're almost doing. But yeah, interesting. Let's look at NASDAQ. NASDAQ SMT divergence, if you look here. Higher high or higher low, lower low, completely obvious lower low. So NASDAQ's still holding strong. Maybe if we're going to get long here, instead of getting long ES, we could get long NASDAQ, since that's the stronger pair here. So interesting, quite interesting, man. Interesting. Let's look on a smaller time frame here on NASDAQ. I mean, this is an order block here for the big up move. Interesting. I think I might send it, get long here. When's the news tomorrow? Oops. Let me just check on my phone real quick. News. We got a few red folder news tomorrow, so let's look here. Thursday. We've got 8:30 a.m. preliminary GDP quarterly. Unemployment claims also 8:30, and then pending home sales at 10. Interesting, man. So let's see here. Yeah, I could get long here, honestly. I'm debating it just as a swing for tomorrow. Let me look deeper and see if there's anything I'm missing. So ES or Nasdaq swept these lows. Manufactured liquidity here pumped, came back down and swept it, distributed above these highs, crawled its way down, and then dumped its way down with this placement here. And now we're holding this low. Interesting, man. Could take a stab. What else do I need to see? I could just wait for the right side of the V and wait for some sort of displacement to the upside to confirm. I think that's what I'm going to do. I don't like just buying down days when it's on the higher time frame, even though this could be a great long. There's two things. Honestly, there's two things telling me here. This is well, let's look for a few more things. Let's look at, okay, yeah, the dollar has swept this high. That's what we'd want. That's exactly what I was wanting to see. I haven't even looked at this. It swept these little equal highs and into the weekly order block. And you could say this too. Interesting, and it hasn't created any displacement over there too. It's just wicked. Nice little wick into the smaller time frame fair value gap. That is quite interesting, man. Quite interesting indeed. And there's lots of news tomorrow. I think this was the manipulation before the news. I think I'm going to take a small long, actually, now that we're here. I think I'm going to do ES, though, because this is the one that's creating SMT. The thing is, though, I've been realizing lately, if this was back in the fall, normally I would want to get in on the ES. And that's why I'm wanting to now, because it's just a habit. Because usually I want to trade the divergent pair. But the thing is, this is pretty confirmed bearish, especially the Dow. And we've been in an uncorrelated market since the winter. And it's probably smarter to trade the Nasdaq. Part of me doesn't like it though because of that down move, and this candle closes in displacement in 4 minutes or 12 minutes. So it's just iffy. I don't like how it rejected here, but it's delivered to some key targets, and we've got bullish flow. What am I missing here? We're on the 4. Good trade. Why would I be looking for a bounce here? We've swept liquidity. Yeah, you know what? Maybe it'll just be a small swing trade where I target just these equal highs here on today's consolidation. Because that would make sense for us to, if we're going to continue down, boom, get that, and then get everybody thinking we're headed back up, and then boom, it just rolls over. This is just get everybody thinking we're headed back up. Interesting though, interesting. We are at the freaking previous high, and that's an order block. And we've got divergence. I think I'm going to get in NASDAQ because it's stronger. Usually, okay, what has been a rule that has been working lately in this market has been longing strength and selling weakness. So this is weakness. These are diverging weekly, like in a weak way. So it could make sense here. Where would I place my stop though? If we're gonna get a NASDAQ. I like to put my stop on lows because then that's the complete invalidation of an idea. So I could get in here, but if I'm gonna get in here, I'm gonna want to risk this low. Unless there's something obvious. Because there is a small fair value up there. I mean, yeah, this is the high, but it could just sweep it like it did here. See how it popped here? Everyone's like, oh, I got a perfect buy, and then boom, sweeps them out. So I don't want that happening to me. But this is a little interesting level though, because this little consolidation looks interesting to me. Because this is a totally an order block. Let's just try it. I think I'm going to get in once I end this. I don't want to have to be doing too many things at once, that's why. Yeah, alright, well, what else we got to look at? That's honestly all I really wanted to do. Let's go over these. We can go over more of the Dow, actually. Interesting, my man. Interesting, my friend. I just don't think the Dow, I don't think the indices are just going to start dumping. I don't think that that's what's going to happen here. Yeah, we did create a gap there. Maybe that's what I could, what are we going for? You know what, let's look at these higher time frame candles, and we'll use that as our narrative here, because Dow, boom, taking out all these lows. Now we're just in the middle of this wick. It's interesting. Okay. ES just came down and swept last week's low. So that's enough reason. Whereas NASDAQ hasn't gone anything other than we did get a bullish displacement. So that is enough reason for me for this to bounce, honestly. So, okay, I'm convinced. Let me log in real quick. Let's get in, we'll copy trade these two setups. Switch to live account. Alright, still in a Japanese short. Markets panel. NDX 100. Alright, let's get on the 4 hour. Maybe you guys want to see what I'm doing. Or maybe it's not smart to show my account. Okay. Well, this isn't even a real account. It's a demo. I don't even think that was a problem. Whatever. Wow, yeah, the chart's totally different here on my chart. On my chart, we're still working right here in this level, but that's okay. Might make things actually easier. Man, why is this not showing the panel? Stop loss. TP. We're gonna risk 50 here. There. Okay. These are, on the other chart, these are close enough highs that they're almost equal. I wonder what's on SPY and the Qs. Yeah, look at that. These are all equal highs. That's very interesting. So I'm gonna target those for my Alright, I gotta get my other account up here too. NASDAQ. Man, fuck this shit. Sorry, I'm putting in this order. I'm doing a stream. She's just go. What's my risk on this account? We'll do $100. Okay, I'm in. We might adjust that position later, but for now, we're in. All right. So, I think that's it. We can mark out these levels real quick. I mean, that's already kind of marked out. Just swing. Obvious. Yeah, honestly, I think this is just gonna, if it's gonna really reverse here, it's gonna probably come break the high. Let me check the flow here on NVIDIA. I'm curious. I don't even know what NVIDIA did. It's kind of been, oh my gosh, yeah, look at that. The price chart has been up. Interesting. Whoa. Wow. Some crazy calls here for November, September. But anyways. Oh, wait, interesting. I wonder if that's the bullish flow here. No, because SPY. Yeah, no. Because look at that. This is just a SPY ticker, not even the market. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to see on NVIDIA, though. What else can we do here? I think that's it. Other than that, there's an update on my Japanese yen trade. Doesn't look great. Looks like it's just grinding higher, so probably get stopped out. If I had taken profits like I should have done, this would still have been a profitable trade, minus the small loss. So, because usually I want to exit 80% of a trade here, but just wasn't able to. So that's a bummer. But this doesn't look too, this looks like this could reverse here. Swept a high. Has a reason now. This is here. These choppy moves down. I like how the day didn't close above here, super green. Like tomorrow, this could come higher, but then it'd be interesting if it still couldn't displace above this high right here, this intermediate high. So interesting. That's what I'll be watching for. Just look at Bitcoin real quick. Bitcoin holding. That's interesting here too. Look at all these equal highs. Someone could get long here. That just looks clean. Look at that. That just looks clean to me. It's all accumulating here at the lows, it looks like. I mean, one could call it, I don't trade patterns, but that's a wedge right there. Boom. Breaks these equal highs. Oh, look at those equal highs, actually. I think I like Bitcoin too for a long. I'm going to get long. What's the total 2 do though? Let's use this to confirm. Total 2 does not look good. That does not look good actually at all. Let's actually compare them. Bitcoin. Oh, I want Bitcoin on top. Bitcoin, total 2. Wait, why do the charts do this sometimes? I don't know why it gets stuck like that. Bitcoin, holding. I mean, this isn't, I just don't like these crazy wicks and candles, but that's just how this market moves. Tough one. Came back and back tested this range here. It's in, I mean, this isn't looking hot for a setup here. I do like these highs here on Bitcoin though. What's the weekly candles look like? Failed. That's retraced 50%. This one has not. But it has displaced here, so it doesn't necessarily need to. What's the daily look like again? Small move down. Yeah, that's interesting. That's enough of a move for me. Is there a divergence here? Not really, but I mean it's holding up stronger. I think I like it a little bit. There is a displacement here above these highs. Yeah, I'm gonna get in that too. Funny, everything always sets it before news. Bitcoin. We'll trade it small size though. I don't like it that much. It's not my regular setup, so I'm not gonna like get in super heavy. Half of my regular size. Dude, the stupid game song is stuck in my head. What are we doing in the day? What is this 1 hour chart? Okay, yeah, I think that's it, guys. Whoever is watching, cryptos. That's funny, they call this sector cryptos, not crypto. Alright, let's do a buy, stop loss. And move, okay, there we go. Take profit. How do I, okay, adjust this? All right, yeah, there. Sweet, okay, here we go. Done for the day, market review. That's it for me, guys. I'm gonna see you guys in the morning. I'll do a stream in the morning. Other than that, thanks for tuning in, and